What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today we're going to be going over what I feel are currently the top 5 guns in CoD World War II. This is a video that I covered quite some time ago, but things change when they patch weapons and new weapons are added, and I felt like it was time to update this because I've been having a lot of people ask me what I feel the best guns are currently. Keep in mind these are based on my personal preferences and playstyle, although I will also be bringing in some stats and talking about those stats and why those stats contribute to these being some of the best guns in the game. Keep in mind as I go through this list, this isn't in any particular order. So first up, you can't have a list like this without the PPSH. This is clearly the gun that most of the professional players are going to be using, and the simple reason for it is it has a very good time to kill, even though it isn't the best time to kill in the SMG category. It's got a nice consistent time to kill, it's got very controllable recoil, and it's got an excellent magazine capacity as well. Statistically speaking, the PPSH doesn't really dominate in any area. You can basically pick any range, and I can find you a different SMG that statistically beats out the PPSH. The thing about the PPSH though is it's consistent and it's versatile. It's not the best in every situation, but it's very good in any situation you'll run into as an SMG player. And this is one of the main reasons you see this used so much in professional play. This brings us to the next gun on the list, and this is one that kind of came out of nowhere with a patch. This is the Sten. Ever since the Sten got a buff about a month or so ago, it has actually become one of my favorite guns in the game currently. It's the one that I'm most consistent with, it's very accurate, it's got an excellent time to kill. It actually completely dominates in time to kill if you're at really close ranges, because it has that little 3-shot kill range that a PPSH for instance doesn't have. But even outside of that short 3-shot kill range, it's a very competitive SMG, especially with rapid fire. This is a gun that I feel like was kind of neglected in the past, even though it was kind of decent, but once it got that buff, it suddenly shot up to being one of the best guns in the game, and if you guys haven't used the Sten lately, make sure you give it a go, you might just fall in love with it. Next up on the list, we're going to get away from the SMG category. This is the BAR. Now the BAR has always been one of the top tier guns in the game. It's another one of those guns that professional players are going to be using quite often. And the simple reason for this is it's an assault rifle with a decent rate of fire and a half-decent 3-shot kill range. Within that 3-shot kill range, it's got a very dominant time to kill. It's actually better than a lot of the SMGs in the game. And when you combine that with the fact that it's a pretty accurate gun, at least for those mid-range sort of gunfights, anything close to mid-range, as long as you're not getting caught sprinting, you can absolutely dominate with the BAR. And therefore, it's still, in my opinion, one of the top 5 weapons in this game. This brings us to the 4th weapon we're going to be sharing today, and this is one of the somewhat newer ones, not the newest ones. This is the ITRA Burst. Now the ITRA Burst is very unique in this game, there's nothing else like it, and the key with this is simply raw time to kill, assuming you're killing your enemies in one burst. That's the big thing with this gun, is it's really dependent on the player and their abilities. If you're very confident in your first shot accuracy and your ability to stay on target for a short period of time as that burst goes off, pretty much nothing will be able to touch you as you're using the ITRA Burst, even across the map. If, however, you tend to miss shots and you're not able to get those one burst kills, then it's not really ideal for you. So this one is really dependent on the player's skill level, as well as connection, I will add. Even when you feel really accurate, sometimes if you're on a bad connection, this thing's just a hit marker machine. But connection aside, if you're a good player, the ITRA Burst can't really be touched by any of the full auto guns in the game because it simply has a better time to kill than pretty much everything. So finally, getting into the last gun on this list, a lot of you guys have probably already guessed this. We're getting away from the SMG category and away from the rifle category. This is the Lewis. The Lewis in this game for public matches is very clearly one of the best guns in the game. It's got great accuracy even across Gustav cannon, excellent range as well. It's a 3-shot kill in any range you'll be able to find on any one of the maps in this game. Its rate of fire is quite good, which means its time to kill is quite good, plus it's also forgiving if you happen to miss a shot or two, and its magazine capacity with extended mags is just ridiculous. As far as guns go in public matches, in my eyes at least, the Lewis is king. Anything from medium to very long ranges, this gun absolutely dominates. Plus, it's still pretty forgiving up close. If you happen to run into an SMG user up close, a lot of the times you can still finish that kill against them, even though you're using an LMG. So as a result, this list couldn't be complete without the Lewis. And with that, we're going to wrap up my list for the top 5 current best guns in CoD World War II. One trend you might have noticed when going through this list is a lot of them are similar in the sense that they are accurate, at least for their purpose. They have a solid time to kill, maybe not the best time to kill out there, but a very solid time to kill. And generally, they're also fairly forgiving, so they've got a somewhat decent rate of fire, they're fully automatic, so if you happen to miss a shot or two, it's not going to be the end of the world for you. Of course, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what is your current top 5 best guns in CoD World War II? Is it pretty much the same as my list, or is there something maybe you'd swap out for a different gun? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.